Alright, welcome back to another league race, this time with TMC Division 1. We are in Silverstone, and you can see we have a full wet race, so instantly this creates a whole bunch of problems, not least beginning with qualifying, because obviously, if you have a brain, you will put a wet setup on that car, and obviously if you try and mix and match somewhat between qualifying and the wet, I ended up going with, I think it was 411 wings, I think, in the end. I think 211 for qualifying, but anyways, going to go across the line. And so I thought an okay lap, to be fair, from a wet setup, but not my best, obviously. And yeah, I was good enough for P9 in the end on soft. So thankfully, obviously, look, with you could use, even in the dry race, you could use the softest tire available anyway. But with with obviously the rain, it just helps. Only 12 drivers out today, so good chance for some good points. And here we go. Then we're in 8th place because of Kevin's penalty, and 5 lights, and away we go. Tentative start. I honestly, you're going to see the visibility issues. Like, look at this. Like, I can barely see a thing. So just try and tiptoe your way through turn 1, and just survive. No wing damage. See Kerosene Kev on the wide there. Kevin got by us. Just trying to be tentative again. I'm just trying to keep it going. Get by Kevin there for now. Perpetuum has got some connection issues. Kevin going back on the inside there. And I'm going to hold it around the outside. Going to get that move done for now. Just heading down then the Wellington straight. Kevin's going to be right there with us again, and left him the space. I run a little bit wide. He's going to go down the inside, and that's going to become the outside for Luffield. But I think he's just going to have a bit more, because he has the race in 9, a bit more outside. He could get the power down a little bit sooner, and he's still right side by side there, and he goes, and I let him go. I ease up on the throttle a bit. That puts me right into the path of Infinity. I was hoping Infinity wouldn't do anything silly and go down the inside of Cops, but thankfully he didn't. So I believe that's where we settle things for now. Is a P8. You can see a little bit of a squabble in front. There's Kevin, there's Darren Sinclair, there's Kyle. Silverstone in the wet is an unfortunate combination. Not only is this historically speaking, ever since Codemasters have made F1, really, this has been a big pad track. Always has been. That's just the reality of it. And obviously with the full wet conditions, this is just obviously full wet conditions favouring the pad over the wheel by a little bit. So all in all, these factors were all against me in this race in terms of just plain advantage disadvantage to what I'm running and my setup and as such. So, but gotta stick with it, do the best that we can, despite what the obvious uphill battles are. Lap 2, Perpetuum there has some sort of accident, and he disconnected or left, or I think he disconnected. VSC is deployed, which would have been interesting in a dry race. Would have been very interesting in a dry race, but sadly not to be. Anyways, I'm going to file up, and then as the VSC ends, you can see just around the pit lane there, we gain a little bit of time on those in front. So although learning the wheel has gained a little bit of time on me as well. So everyone kind of bunched up a little bit as a result of that VSC, and Kyle's going to have a big moment there heading into the wall. I think he managed to just avoid it. Actually no, I think he did get wing damage from this. I think he did get wing damage from that, and him and Kevin are having a little ding dong, and I'm not going to be able to get by this time. Kyle's there. Could I have gone for it? No, I did think about it. This race was a little while ago, so forgive me if I'm if I forget a few details, but I did try go for it there, see if there was anything on. There wasn't anything on, so backed out of it. All the while, learning the wheel is behind me and is gaining time. So wasn't sure what his pace would be. What his pace would be like, having just returned to TMC. So, but it didn't seem like he hasn't. Well, he's quicker than me at the very least. So, anyways, lap 4. I wasn't too impressed with this dive, I have to say. I don't know. I went wide because I knew he was there. I saw the proximity arrow, but I was not too impressed with that at the time. Looking back at it, yeah, still. Anyways, he gets by. I decided I wanted to try and get back by him again because I wasn't too happy about that. A little bit of contact, but I thought the move was on there, but didn't get it done. And there goes that Sauber, and Kerosene Kev then is behind me. So All while this is going on, Kyle's got wing damage, so this is all going on during that. So you can see what it's doing. Like you can see the kind of falling behind as a result of being trapped in this dirty air as such, and affected downforce of Kyle. But lap 6 then we're going to get a good run then compared to Kyle out of Luffield. Bit of a wobble, and I think this is I gotta go for it here. This is it. So alongside him, I am surprised he backed out. I decided I was not going to back out down the inside, and I get that move done on Kyle through Cop. So I was hyped about that, and in the hot lap then to try and set off after learning the wheel, and Kevin and Darren in front. But little did that pay off. That was basically kind of it in terms of uphill kind of battles in front of me. Perpetuum did end up actually connecting again, and he's going to try and go around the outside through Club and Vale. I'm going to have the outside, the race line where there's more traction. So I'm going to keep this position for the time being. This is a battle for P8 then. You can see there, just 4 seconds then, learn the wheel in front of these guys have just taken off. And heading through Mackett, Beckett and Chapel, heading onto the hangar straight. A bit of a wobble. Trying to fight the car, and Perpetuum with a bare run. He's got a lot of lag, and as he moves by,
Jesus,
I had an absolute heart attack as he did that move. I think it was lag, but I was very just in shock after that, and luckily I was able to kind of correct the car because I was onto the gravel and not on the grass off the track. Luckily I managed to save that one, but that was a tough one. That could have easily ended up in tears, but that was literally it. Like guys pitching in front, I decided I would try, because the track, look, you can see the track is looking better than it did beforehand, so I tried to see if inters were ever on. They weren't in the end, so that's why I stretched these tyres a bit longer, just to see if we would get intermediate conditions. So that's why I'm ahead of like Darren and Kevin, etc. So we do come into the pits lap 18. As it turns out, the guys in front there, I think it's I can't remember, it's Calsper, Dobby, and someone else tried to do the no stop from the wets, which was a big gamble because you're looking at 70+% easily where doing that. That thought did not cross my mind because I just knew that the tires wouldn't do it, so, or wasn't comfortable doing it. Anyways, we're going to end up in we're in P8. I think Kev is behind. He eventually retires, so RWR has dropped out at this stage as well. So I also knew that the inters were on someone's car at this stage, and I knew that they were losing time as well. So I just thought that maybe because the time might have been there, but the tire might have been there for inters, but that was basically it. Now we are in 8th place, lap 23, kind of very quiet second part of this race. I'm kind of just on my own. RWR is out on softs here, so he's in the car behind me, and he's just retired. So there you go. That's kind of, I'm in 8th, and that is the last of the runners. But hey, it's the runners. I'm finishing nevertheless, you know. Anyways, start the final lap. Not a ton else to say. We'll go on board this. And Hero Joking, 12.5 seconds in front. There are a lot of penalties and guys in front, and I knew this would keep me close, but it's not close enough. So it's going to be P8, but we're going to go on board for this last lap anyways, and kind of just talk about the race a bit. And it was a little frantic at the start, but majority of the race was just kind of, well, because we summed up by settling behind Kyle, getting by Kyle, and getting almost destroyed by Perpetuum, and after that it was pretty quiet. Like it was pretty quiet. So a lonely race, but look, I'm picking up points. That's what matters, and I'm happy to pick up points. I'm happy to pick up where others stumble. That's what I do. If I don't do it on pace, see, Calsper's already across the line and won, so he made the no stop work. Perpetuum, I think, has a moment off. There was a McLaren off somewhere. Anyways, was it Perpetuum? I'm not sure, but anyways. Yeah, no, I think it is Perpetuum. I think Perpetuum tried to do the no stop as well, actually, and ended up doing the no stop. And I think he may have got a puncture, but I'm not too sure. But the thing about doing the no stop here is that obviously the pit lane is 40 odd seconds long, like, so if you can avoid it, then great. But if not, then you know you're going to be spending that time like pretty much everyone else. But anyways, not a ton else to say. Around in Vale or Stowe now, and just it's me, my race, and Yeah, I'll be the last one to cross the line. Kevin there has a ton of penalties. But I think he had 12 seconds. I had none, but it's not going to be enough to jump him. So it is going to be P8, but 4 points nevertheless. Happy to take those all day, every day. Good mug of tea, and especially with the wet conditions and around Silverstone. So happy days. Can't complain with that at all. So as you can imagine, Calsper then pisses his way again to another win. Big surprise. Get used to that. As I rank up through the level, so he started P8 like and didn't know. So he did stop. That's how much pace he had. He did stop. It was Dobby learned the wheel and Perpetuity did the no stop. So Dobby's Calsper ended up stopping and still won by 40 seconds. So there you go. That just shows how piss easy it is for him. Anyways, that's it for round number 10 of TMC Division 1. Next up is whatever track it is. Anyway, I don't give a shit. Anyway, till next time.